Welcome to episode 9 of Geeky Chickies. I'm Phoenix,
And I'm Jenny.
and today we're going to be talking about games made for girls. But before that, Jenny, what did you do with your week?
Let's see. I saw some friends from my hometown. We went over to their place, uh, and stayed 6 feet. Social distancing, guys. And then we had like some Goodwill centers open up in my area, so I
Hmm.
started donating some of the stuff that I've been holding and not using for like a couple years.
My
And
mom likes to call that hoarding.
I mean, I'm kind of cheap. So if I feel like I'm gonna have a use within the next 2 years, then I hold on to that. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hoarding. um, let's see, and then I made cinnamon rolls. And I attempted to make condensed milk from home, which I think well, I don't know. I haven't used condensed milk in so long that I'm just like, I guess it's okay. Like, because I'm planning to make like a no churn ice cream, and it requires condensed milk. So yeah, and I enrolled in my class for the fall,
Oh,
and I went through a villager hunt for Animal Crossing. Uh,
you turned into Amy.
I well, I didn't want like some random like villager to move into my town, so I just really wanted to find someone that cuz I have like a pool of like villagers that I want to move into my town. Like obviously like Raymond and Judy was, like one of them, but
And you
like
found Raymond for me, by the way, so I'm going to get him soon.
nice. I found Renee. It took me like 100 trips. Like I hoarded my tickets and like yeah, I was just like, oh, my stockpile. But I finally found Renee because way back, like when we first got the game and stuff. I saw Renee, but I didn't know like she was a new villager because you know
Oh, she's new? I thought she was an older one.
No, I found out she was new, and I was like, well, crap. Yeah, unless the wikis are wrong or whatever, Renee is new. Like, she's one of the new villagers, and yeah.
Renee the
The,
Rhino?
no, the horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, so
Maybe I'm pronouncing this other. Oh, the other Renee. Okay.
yeah, there's like several Renees, which I'm like, yeah. So,
They need amiibo cards.
I know. It would be nice to have that in my collection, but, uh, uh, well, coronavirus, all that noise, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it probably won't be for a while, but
Yeah.
she's pretty. Like I remember seeing her before. I was like, she's pretty. She's no Audie though. I got Audie. I forgot to actually do villager hunting before I restarted my my village or my island. By the way, people,
Mhm.
because I was getting bored.
Mhm.
I'm glad I did that because I have a better layout, a much better layout than before.
Okay, that's
Uh,
good.
yeah, and I think I was more annoyed with I couldn't move the town hall away from the airport.
Mhm.
I think that was one of the major things, and I couldn't remove the where the water goes into the sea.
Ah. Yeah. Well, yeah. That. I kind of wish they let you know early on about that, but uh,
Yeah,
like the only reason I even knew about that and why it took me 3 hours to re-roll, re-rolls to finally get the island is because I watched a YouTube video or someone was talking about oh, what was the possibilities, like, because it was just before the game release, and they're like, oh yeah, if you notice here, blah blah blah, and I was like, you know what, that kind of makes sense,
yeah,
like um not really so much like resident services. I didn't really think that it couldn't get moved. It was more like I was thinking about that inlets and outlets of the water,
Yeah.
So I was just like, that was kind of like what I was focused on trying to get it just right. And like for the resident services, like this was around the time I didn't know. Uh, was it that it couldn't be been moved? I was just more or less like thinking, I don't feel like moving it. Like if that possibility came up. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. How was your week, by the way?
Um, it was good. I got Audie. Like I forgot to do. You know how before you do the Nook store,
Mhm.
you were supposed to find 3 villagers.
Mhm.
I forgot about that, but I got Audie like
Aw.
the chance. So I was like, yes! I screamed. I literally screamed. I was like, I got Audie because she's so pretty. I love her. The other two are not too bad. I got Nan, who's a goat, a
Mhm.
normal goat, and then I got the crane, the lazy crane. I can't remember his name right now. You know who
Oh,
I'm talking about, though, right?
kinda. There's like 300 and something villagers, so it's kind of like, uh, um, but I think so. I don't know, but I do know about Audie and Non, because my husband has them in his town as
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah, so I'm kind of jealous you both have Audie because she's like in my pool. Like, but I'm gonna like maybe when I have another villager move out, hopefully,
You'll you'll hunt for her.
yeah, her or Raymond or Judy or uh any of the new villagers essentially. Like that's what my hunts are focused on. Anyways, so besides that, did you do anything else? Like,
Yeah, I also saw people. I also was social. I saw my coworker for a little bit on last week,
okay.
and she came over. We got some food from the store across from my house, which is I describe it like a much smaller Whole Foods because it's like, or like a natural grocers, but with
Mhm.
like a sushi bar and a pizza place you can get pizza from.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. So we got calzones and they were up to her standards because she is from New York, so she has high standards about that stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, I know it's weird, but she made a good point, like if it's not soggy then she likes it. I'm like, yeah, no, this is really crunchy and good. Sorry, that has nothing to do with
Mhm.
anything. The only reason we stopped hanging out was because it started raining in my
Uh,
area.
yeah. The what?
What was funny? Hmm.
What were you? Or I was gonna say, yeah, the weather has been kind of weird everywhere in general for
Yeah.
June. And sorry, what were you gonna say?
Well, first I'm gonna say that everywhere's kind of weird in my or every weather is kind of weird in Colorado. We call it the bipolar state for a reason, or
Uh,
I call it that.
ah,
um, so what was funny is that I live at home and we have 3 dogs. The littlest dog named Toulouse, who's a Pomeranian. If you're ever on my Instagram, that's all my Instagram is mostly my dog. He did not know she was over, so he came outside. He looked at her like, "Oh my god, who is this?" And then he's like, "Wait, I gotta go pee first." And then he came over and was like, "Pets, please," and
oh,
then hung out with us for the rest of the time she was here.
oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, but I have cats, and I think because I didn't socialize them properly with other people, yeah, they kind of just hide. Or, well, my tortoise shell just like, if I had, like, I went, like, about last year when I had my friend Charles over to do that, Q&A,
Hmm.
uh, she kind of like, sat on my bed and, like, just stared at him. Like, like, cause she isn't sure what to do, cause, uh, like, 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 because in general, she doesn't really see new people just because she's at home. And I don't
Yeah.
typically invite people to my place because, it's small. I share it with 2 other families, and, like, I don't have proper air conditioning. So there's no point. I'm just like, no, it's, like, sad here. So,
It's like sad here.
Well, a lot of my friends are used to like the comforts of having like central air conditioning, uh, having the ability to open the blinds, without like your neighbors kind of peeking in, and just being able to park the car like like somewhere like not like 5 houses down or something, so for me, I'm just like, I'll be, yeah, like, if we want to hang out like in someone's home, I'll come over to your place so you don't have to go anywhere, and I'll bring a bottle of wine because yeah. uh so
Yeah,
okay.
she came over to my place because she lives in an apartment. I live in a house and I have a backyard, so.
Yeah, I'm so jealous of that. uh oh man. uh oh well. One day, like, one day I'll,
One day.
yeah, one day I'll have a home with a backyard, or one day I'll visit you.
Yeah, you get to experience that. Yeah, I was just more surprised my dog didn't bark at her because he's a barker type, so.
Aw, well, can't dogs tell if someone's like super friendly or something, or not scared of them or whatever?
I'm thinking that maybe it's because she was already, like, not intruding. She was already back there with me. I think that's why.
Probably. I mean, I'm
Because
not.
he always barks when people first get here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's never met her before, so.
Okay. Huh. I don't know. Maybe the dog just knew, like, she's
Yeah,
friendly. Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm guessing it's because she was already, like, already back there. She wasn't invading in,
Mm-hmm.
if you know what I mean. Like, she wasn't coming in
Yeah.
from the backyard. I'm thinking that's why he, was just like, "Oh my god, pet me, please,"
Probably.
and
Maybe.
then bark at her.
Aw.
Usually, yeah, he usually barks even like at my aunt, and he knows my aunt very well, so that was just weird.
Okay. Well, I I don't know. I'm not super familiar with dogs. Usually dogs bark at me, but I assume it's because they smell my fear. Or
Oh,
my like, well, I can't really call it fear, just like nervous, like, cuz I get nervous around dogs like I'm not familiar with. Uh
yeah, I
yeah.
understand that because I got bit by a dog, and I was doing nothing to the dog. I think I was just, if I remember correctly, and this is what my family also told me because I was like 4.
Uh-huh.
I was just sitting there doing nothing, and the dog bit me.
Uh wow. That huh. Huh. That's a little
Yeah.
weird because, like, I got bitten by a dog, by my grandma's dog, like when I was 8, and um, I did something that I didn't know I wasn't supposed to do. Well, with this particular dog, because he got super aggressive. Because my little cousins, they wanted to get this stick that was near the dog's food bowl, and the dog was eating, and like, like he was,
Oh yeah, and
yeah,
he's gonna get hella protective.
yeah, but like they trained this dog to be like a guard dog too, so he was like super freaking aggressive, and like, um, but the thing was, I didn't know that at the time that you're not supposed to do that, especially with that dog, to get near the food bowl while he was eating. So yeah, I grabbed the stick, but next thing you know, like I got bitten, and
Oh.
yeah, they weren't 100. They couldn't, like, my grandma couldn't remember if he had his rabies shots or not at the time.
Oh god.
Yeah, so that, like, everyone was super hysterical. Obviously, I'm fine. And yeah, the dog did have its rabies shots. It had all the shots and stuff. It's just my grand my grandma's memory wasn't that good. And she was more focused on the fact that her grandchild that she sees like every decade just got bit.
No.
So it's just like, oh, okay.
Priorities.
Yeah. Anyways, are you ready
Um,
to?
I
Uh,
just have 2 more things I wanted to say. I've been
yeah.
actually streaming.
I know, I noticed, and I was just like, oh my god, I need to like go and watch it, and luckily I was able to catch like at least one of them. I remember
Yeah,
one of them. Like I couldn't catch the other one or your first one because,
you were
uh,
out.
yeah, Yeah. Are you planning to do a stream schedule, or are you just like kind of?
I'm hoping to get a better stream schedule going on this starting this week. I know I'm gonna definitely do it on the weekends because I just have the free time,
Mhm.
and maybe on Thursdays, like before or after, probably after when I
Mhm.
have my appointments.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, consistency is always key, says the
yeah.
person that hasn't streamed since December.
I was gonna say, I'm just really happy that Persona 4 came out onto the PC because I've been wanting to stream that one for so long.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was it? I'm, I think we were talking about it a bit through direct message, like, because I was thinking about buying it, and
Yeah,
what was it, $20? Was it? Or
$20. Yeah.
yeah, that's actually a pretty good price.
Well, yeah, they were considering it's an old game.
Well, they could do release, blah blah blah, or like make an edition release and put like I
Yeah.
don't know some one thing different and then make it like $60 or something. I don't know, man.
Nothing has been different yet. Everything has been the same from like the Vita version so far.
Okay, that's pretty. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
So I'm thinking that the only thing they did was just make it playable on PC.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Probably I could see that. I mean, coding wise, I can't imagine it'd be too difficult. But then again, I don't. I've never coded for like PlayStation ever.
Yeah.
I've done only like testing of functionality for PlayStation, like for games for PlayStation. So, you know, and I've only coded mostly PC, and those will never see the light of day. And what was the other thing that you want to talk about?
I watched Mary and the Witch's Flower, which is like I'm a very big fan of Studio Ghibli, and this is very Ghibli like. I
Oh,
believe they were animators that used to work for Ghibli, so that would make sense. But it's actually really good. People should go watch it
oh,
on
like
Netflix.
oh, dang it! I was like, oh, is it on Hulu or is it on YouTube? No, Netflix.
No, of course not.
I probably should just give up and just get Netflix along with every other streaming service. Uh,
Oh, it's becoming cable. It's gonna become a bundle package.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been fighting getting Netflix for so long just because, I'm cheap. And I'm just like,
Netflix has so much anime.
yeah, okay. I'll figure it out on my budget or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. uh,
And then I also watched Charmed because of Mary and the Witch's Forest. I've been watching that, and it's like that's old. I remember when that hairstyle used to be in.
yeah. Watching like shows from the 90s is kind of like cuz I watched Charmed a little bit growing up. My mom did not like me watching that just because
Witchcraft.
yeah, basically. So she I don't know, like it's just like a weird time capsule, I guess. Or I guess for me at least it's just like, oh yeah, I remembered when I wasn't allowed to watch that and dang, like the styles like I don't know. It gives me weird nostalgia trips. That's all.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we gotta talk about game releases.
Oh yeah, like I was gonna roll into that. So these are
Oops,
the
sorry.
upcoming game releases for the week. Our source is Game Informer.
Your
Uh,
source.
the source that I'm getting this information from is is Game Informer. So for June 30th, we have Hunting Simulator 2 coming out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and we have the Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel 3 for the Switch. And then on July 1st, we have a game called Sino Alice, which just before we recorded, uh, Phoenix mentioned to me that uh, the title seemed familiar to her and that like she thought it was already out, and we double checked, and apparently this release for July 1st for iOS and Android is for like the rest of the world because it was initially released on was it June 6th in 2017 in Japan.
Yeah.
So of course Japan gets everything first.
Yep.
So
Always.
yeah, so we're getting it July 1st. Then Trackmania for PC is also coming out July 1st. Um, then on July 2nd, Infliction Extended Cut is coming on the Switch. And on July 3rd, Marvel's Iron Man VR is coming out for the PlayStation VR. I don't know. What do you think of the upcoming game releases? Is there anything that has attracted your interest?
Alice, obviously, because I'm like, wait, wasn't that already out?
Yeah, I I found or when you mentioned that to me, I was like, oh, kind of want to like look into that a bit. Um,
I double checked the App Store; it's definitely not out yet.
yeah. Well, sometimes like the apps or like certain companies they'll do like let you do a pre-order, like or like pre-register, like.
Yeah, that's what they were offering.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was about to say, did it like oh they didn't offer free registration or whatever, so um. Trackmania. Like, when I heard of it, like, just looking at the title alone, I thought it was like a rhythm game or something. And if you look at the Wikipedia, it's
Racing.
racing. So I'm kind of like, that sounds interesting. I don't know if I'd get it, but I'd watch someone play it, and yeah.
Oh, I know where I've. Yeah, this is like the Casino Alice. Sorry,
Uh huh.
going back to that. It's like a reimagine of fairy tales, which I always like. So, yep,
Ooh.
I'm definitely gonna get that.
Ooh, okay. Heck yeah. I definitely want to like check it out. Yeah. That for me that's basically it. See, Alice is like something I'd want to get.
Yeah, I think that's like the main one that we all that we both agree are like, oh, this looks interesting.
Yeah, I mean Marvel's Iron Man VR
Oh yeah,
does look cool, but I don't have a VR
exactly.
headset.
That's why I was like, that's already off the table. But
Yeah,
yeah, that does look interesting,
I
but I
mean,
can't get it.
yeah, I mean, I have friends that have it. I'm pretty sure if I asked them, like, if I could borrow it, I they'd let me. But it's one of
But
those things where they're all they all live near my job, and I live nowhere near my job, so they would probably not see that thing for a very long time. I
never giving up.
Well, it's more like I would like just holding on to it for months just because I can't like get out there to like return it. And also, how would I get out there in the first place to retrieve it? Yeah, logistics. Anyways, so let's move on to our topic, which is games made for girls. Oh
Yes.
boy, this was interesting. uh, at least
You
for
must have been. Yeah, you probably did a lot of research, and I'm just like going down memory lane because I
oh,
used to play these kind of games.
well, yes and no. Just I needed to do a refresher, and oh boy, uh, memory lane I went to. Um, like, cause the thing for me was I didn't really play a lot of like games specifically made for girls or whatever.
Hmm.
Because my dad, he like the only games I would play were the ones that he would bring home. And the thing
Hmm.
is, the games that he would bring home, they were on like CDs, like they were like shareware, like those CDs that say they have like 500
Yes.
bajillion games. Yeah, that's what I got, and that's what I played a lot of, and um, was it? So, and educational games. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Like so let's move on to our first question, which is like when you first heard of the genre games made for girls, what are the first things that come into mind? What?
She's laughing because she knows I'm going to give her a smart ass answer, and my smart ass answer is, "What are games made for boys then?"
I know. That's why I wanted to ask that question.
Because you knew I was going to say something like that.
Yes, I wanted to know. Oh man. Mine was like the first thing that came into mind is Hot Pink and Mattel because Mattel
Yes.
Barbie and her like hot pink convertible and stuff. So of course I went there.
Yeah, that's what the first thing that comes to mind. And it's also like, but also for me, it's like dress up games because that's kind of more of a girl thing. Fashion is, at least.
Mhm. Yeah. Which kind of brings up the next question. What do you think like games made for girls means like you said dress up, right? Like do you
Yeah.
think like dress up games like what else?
Anything relating to fashion, shopping, horses, animals. That's kind of being kind to animals is kind of a girly thing according to society. Um,
Mhm.
what else? Those are the main ones I think of.
Ah, yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense because, like as you were mentioning it, I'm just like Barbie. Like I was thinking like Barbie games that I happened to see. Like I'm pretty sure there's like a Barbie game which had you had to be like kind to like horses and animals and stuff, right? Like,
Horseback riding. Yeah, I think
yeah,
I had that one.
yeah, something like that. Okay, I'm not crazy.
No.
um, for me, like, uh, it kind of depends. Like, if we're talking about games back in the day, yeah, I would think like shopping, you know, like uh, like fashion design and other stuff
Yeah.
like that. Other stuff that is like stereotypically girly.
Yeah.
But like but like I would assume, I would hope for like games later, like that are like made for girls. Like they have those kind of like stereotypical concepts of like what girls like.
Well,
But
they still do style savvy, so they still do like fashion games for girls.
like kind of like add emphasis on like STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, like
Hmm.
something related into it, like because like more recently or like the last couple years they're trying to emphasize like girls going into like the fields of science and like mechanical engineering and like and computer science, like stuff like that, and I would assume there would be games like that. I tried searching for that, but I haven't really found anything, which kind of concerns me a little bit, but at the same time, um,
Not surprising.
not surprising. Like I can't find something, or at least can't find something easily. So yeah. Um. So now that kind of comes up to my next question, which is like, what kind of games do you think, like game genres, do you think associates with those kind of games, like games made for girls, like
A
puzzles?
lot of point and click games, I've noticed. From what I'm remembering, what I kind of did a little research on, there was a lot of point and click games. I played the hidden object games, and a lot of times they have a female protagonist, which I think is supposed to draw girls to play those games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't think those are actually just meant for girls. They're meant for everyone to play.
Like a neutral kind of thing, like neutral
Yeah,
for yeah.
it's just like the person you're playing is 99% of the time a girl.
Ah, okay, yeah. That kind of makes sense. Like I don't know, we could go into a whole thing about marketing a bit,
Yeah,
but maybe that could be like an episode another time, because
Yeah,
like like
because like I was saying, there's a difference between aim for girls and made for girls. Because Nancy Drew is aimed for girls
yeah, uh
versus Barbie is made for
for
girls.
girls. Yeah, like, did you want to talk a little bit more about that? Because, like, you're obviously you're more familiar with games, you know, like games made for girls, and and I remembered you playing like or a couple of DNC Drew games,
I love Nancy Drew games
yeah.
so much. It's an addiction.
Hey, that's totally fine. Do you want to like explain a bit more? Cause but like in a little bit or in a little while, or I'll explain my probably one and only experience with a game made for girls.
Oh dear, yeah. I have a few. Um, so what I find the difference between made for girls and aim for girls is that when it's made for girls, it's gonna be about something girly specific, and it's gonna have girly colors and it's gonna have girly packaging. While aim for girls is just like the main character is a girl.
Hmm.
Nancy Drew as a woman. Um, so they're gonna aim it toward the female audience to play, but anyone can enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what guy doesn't actually like playing Nancy Drew games? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know a lot of our male friends came and watched me stream Nancy Drew before,
Yeah.
so I do think that Nancy Drew has the appeal for everyone.
Mhm.
But it is aimed for girls, and it has like a darker theme. It's not meant to be. Nancy's not very girly. She's logical thinking. She's more kind of what you were looking for when it comes to those kind of games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
um, was it for me, since my experience is pretty limited to um, was it what I've watched, and also what I've kind of like was like searching for, like, because I had to kind of do like a couple, like a refresher on on uh this kind of stuff, and actually like to kind of like walk back on what I said, because because I said I was going to explain like an experience, like I had experienced one game, but
That
like
would be for our next topic of
well,
the conversation, I think. Unless
yeah.
you want to go into that.
Well, no, but when I mean like one game, I mean like CD, because
Oh,
there's plenty of uh like games made for girls online, like
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
like I saw so many dressed up games. Although I will say this, please have safe search on when you search specifically for dressed up games, because I saw some stuff that will
Scar you.
it'll be for our next episode. um, oh my god. But no, like dress up games, like that's what I think, like dress up games, point and click, and choose your own adventure, kind of
Oh,
like.
yeah. That is true.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because I've seen like dating simulators, or
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. Well, dating simulators can go both ways, but
yeah,
normally, a lot of times, they're aimed for girls. That's
yeah,
another aimed for girls, though.
yeah, yeah, that's that's what I've mostly associate games made for girls, like and puzzle games, like puzzle games with like soft colors, and
Yeah.
like cutesy,
That's why I was talking about with the color thing. Like, a lot of times, they'll direct it to girls, and it's going to be certain colors. It's going to be bright and cheerful, or it's going to be soft and delicate.
mm-hmm. Yeah, so the that's kind of that's how those are the kind of games that I associate games made for girls. No, not like like shooters or
Yeah.
anything like that. So
Those are aimed for boys.
yeah. So um, from what you can obviously tell, like We have played them in the past, or like
Yeah,
some form in the past, like um,
I have a very bad addiction to Style Savvy. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
But those games actually have like a storyline, and they're not just dress up. You can do other things in it. It's just a really relaxing, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if relaxing is the word for it, but it's not very. It
Stressful?
doesn't feel condescending.
Ah, okay. Okay. I wasn't sure if where you were going with that. Like I thought, oh, is like stressful?
No, no, it's not. It's the type of game. It's the type of game where you're like managing your own store. So that I
Ah,
shouldn't say that it's relaxing because of that.
okay.
Um, but it's not. I feel like a lot of girls games is made for girls, or that when it has that kind of title, it feels condescending
Oh. Yeah, like so
because they're normally not that good,
yeah, like which
like that racer game.
yeah. Oh man, I kind of have some stuff to say about that, but we'll get kind of like more into that later. Um, so have you like? It's obvious like we played some in the past. Like, do you what were like some of your more memorable ones at least? Like,
The Barbie ones, the Disney Princess ones, and the I used to play a lot of Madeline games, which I actually kind of want to go back and play.
no. Well,
Which I think Madeline might have been aimed for girls and not made for girls, but
he
like
yeah.
in that case, I haven't played in so long that I don't remember.
Maybe you should
But
stream it.
you know what kind of game it is?
What?
Point and click. So that's where I'm like, yeah, yeah. It sounds like they. Now that you're mentioning it, point and click totally is a girl based genre because that's the same with Nancy Drew, though that is like I said, aimed for girls.
Mhm.
Um, Normally a lot of it doesn't involve complex controls.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that too with like games made for girls
Yeah,
that they try not to make it complicated, which makes me kind of sad, you know.
yeah.
Like I
Some
know,
of some of them is just a mechanic thing and they make it work, but some of it feels condescending. You know?
yeah, which I'll get back to that. Like a game that like there's one game that was memorable that I played when I was much younger that was like made for girls. It was called the American Girls Premiere, which
Oh, I didn't play that one. I used to love American Girls. My grandma used to buy me like every new one.
really, yeah, like my dad
I
bought it.
should,
What?
I was gonna say I should dig up Kaya because I still have her in good condition.
Nice. I have Molly. Like
Oh, I have Molly too, but she's not very good condition. I played the hell out of those dolls, and then Kaya was the first one where I'm like, I don't want to ruin her.
Aw, yeah, I played them, and my mom hated the fact that I played with my dolls a lot, and would like try to like style their hair. So yeah,
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 my parents were okay with it. Like that's the point my grandma made was like they're meant to be played with. So and you could and she's like when you're older, it sounds like you can have them sent in and get them like repaired. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. And now I found out that there's a American Girl doll store near where I live.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so maybe I'll go and like drop off a doll and see how that works.
Okay, you should
But
like.
a lot of my dolls are like ones that are not they don't make anymore. So I don't know how that's gonna work out for some of them.
I'm sure they have something. Yeah, they don't. Which I'm kind of sad that like they stopped making like a lot of like the older dolls. But yeah, before we get too far,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry. Before we go off topic again.
okay, so if you guys don't know what American Girl dolls are or American Girls, it's just a company that makes like that made dolls
Makes dolls.
that makes dolls. Like they expanded it much further now, but they make dolls and for girls to play with, and they have like a story. Like each character has a story. Like
If you're getting one of the dolls from history, because each
yeah.
doll represents a different point of American history. Like Kaya, who I was mentioning, is a Native American from before the Revolutionary War was starting, before settlers came.
Yep, and Molly is a girl growing up during World War II, and you know her father is an army doctor, and Yeah, and just
and going through like what happened during the war and how it was like for a young girl her age. And the saddest one I think is Kit because she grew up in the Great Depression.
oh, I haven't read hers, but I'm curious now. But yeah, basically, um, around like originally started off with like just a couple characters and their hit, from some point in history and their stories, and they started kind of like branching out a bit. And one of the branch outs was a game, like PC games, and
I think I actually had that game and I never played it. Sorry, I keep interrupting
no, no,
you.
no,
That's my day.
no, it's okay, it's okay, it's totally cool. But it's called the American Girls Premiere, and like, I recommend like me talking about it. It won't really justify how like, kind of, weird it was. Like,
I don't remember this game.
so I recommend, and I'll link it in the description below. To Lazy Game Reviews. He did a video on it, and like basically in the game, you're given like you create a play or like a screenplay, and you
I'm remembering this now.
and basically you get like, and you have like you get to pick the characters, and I think if I remember correctly, like you have to pick like one of the like 5 or 6 main characters that are like in the timeline,
At the, at the time of the game release, yeah.
yeah, and basically you pick that, and then you put them all in like on a stage, and then like you arrange them in like in some way, and then and like you can make them do certain things like faint or make other weird motions. The only reason I remember faint was because my older sister would make them faint a lot in her like screenplay stories. And the thing, what made it very interesting was it had text to speech feature.
Oh yeah, I didn't have a microphone, so I never used it.
Well, like basically you could type it out like.
Oh yeah, that's what it meant. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm.
It's okay. You're thinking speech to text, possibly.
Yes.
But yeah, they had text to speech, and it's so hilarious. Like thinking back, cause it was cool that like a game has that kind of feature, especially something made that's like made a game that's made for girls, and it's a little bit more complex, like. But, like, you just hear, like, this monotone computer coming out, like, having, like, yeah, you would think, oh, okay, Samantha's gonna say something, and you assume a girl, or, like, something, like, lighter, or,
Not like this, but deeper.
or, yeah, yeah, it's hilarious. You should watch the video, like,
I will.
of Lazy Game Reviews.
I will. I watched the Jacksepticeye one that you suggested last week, and I was dying.
I, but yeah,
I
like,
can name all the characters on that cover, by the way.
what?
I can name all the girls that are on that cover, by the way.
Oh yeah, I kind of with me too. I just had to kind of like sit there and kind of like remember, like.
Oh no, I remember Felicity, Josephine. I gotta remember that's how they pronounce it. Kristen, Abby, Samantha, Molly.
Yeah. Oh man, you're OG right there.
I told you I know all of these dolls. I had almost all of them.
Well, yeah, that does make sense. But yeah, like that's only like that was the only real like me, or not real, but that's the only like games made for girls that I can remember like very well, because like I said earlier, my dad would bring home like shareware and educational games, so I would play games like Jazz Jackrabbit and like Math Blasters.
Yeah, I had a few of those educational games too, but it was like the humongous one, so that's where I understand Brule Moose very well when he talks fondly about those games.
Like I I haven't been familiar with those kind of games, like from Humongous Entertainment.
They're on Steam.
Yeah, I should probably check them out. Oh, and by the way, our listeners, if you want us to talk about educational games, let us know in the comments
Yeah,
below. Okay? Because, like,
yeah. Because I have a bunch that I can just go and stream, and Jenny can watch if she doesn't want to buy any.
what can I say? Sometimes I'm too cheap. Or, I don't know, maybe I'll ask my dad, because I'm pretty sure he still has the CDs, and I could just buy, like, a
Oh
CD.
yeah,
Yeah. Just be like, yeah, I don't know. We'll
we'll
figure.
figure something out.
Yeah. So, obviously, my next question is for the games that we played that made for girls. Did you were they fun? Like, would you like when you were younger and you were playing them? did did you like did you think they were fun? And
Yeah.
like, would you play them again when you're older? You know.
Some of them I would definitely like the Madeline games. I definitely would. That felt like
Mhm.
it's definitely made for like younger kids,
Mhm.
but it wasn't the complexity of it was perfect for that age group. It didn't feel like they were trying to dumb it down because of
Mhm.
gender. It was because, oh, this is for like 6 to 8 year olds or whatever. This
Mhm.
is meant for really little kids, so let's not make it too complex. And I actually remember replaying those games over and over and over again. The Barbie ones, I honestly don't know because I can't remember them so fondly.
Mm.
I do want the Barbie Genie game again.
Barbie Genie?
Yes, it came with like a genie lamp.
What?
Yeah, and so I remember that one being a blast, but I don't remember anything about it.
Oh man, I did not know that some of these games came with like other like a toy. Yeah, if you do, let me know. Like, or if like send me a link to the picture because like I haven't heard about this and I think that's kind of cool.
Oh, it's on Amazon, so we'll link that.
Okay. Um, let's see. For me, like I like obviously like since my experience is very limited when it comes to these kinds of games. Like um I like with the American Girls premiere, I did have fun with it, but I wouldn't like play it when I'm older or like like now,
Yeah.
just because of like how trippy it was and I think like I said, watch the video. And I don't know, it's just like something I'm not really into. Like maybe like dress up games, like yeah, I would play them just because, especially if the outfits are cute, like the Love Nikki game, which I still haven't reinstalled because my wallet thanks me for that. So yeah. But
Yeah, my dude, I think getting so many ads for it now though, since we talked about it.
oh, sorry.
It's okay.
It knows.
It knows.
It's waiting for us till we're weak. But yeah,
I'm not waiting yet.
but yeah, so I don't know, maybe if like some of the ones piqued my interest, um and that's not going to drain my wallet, I'd play them again, but
Yeah.
or I would try it out, but but like over this week, just like looking at some of the web games online, I was just like, oh, oh no.
Oh dear.
Like
Oh
yeah,
dear. Oh my.
yeah. So no, this kind of brings me to my next question, or the final question
Yeah.
about this topic. Because we kind of talked a little bit about it earlier. Do do you think the companies did them well?
Some do. Like I literally have this as a note. Some do. Others, it feels like we are a joke to them. That was my note.
Like how like do you have examples?
There was that racing game that I was talking about. I never played it, but watching the Game Grumps try to play it, it's like, do you think we're? Why would you do this to us?
Ah,
That was the main one. I'm trying to think of other games where I'm like, this feels condescending,
mm-hmm.
but I'm drawing a blank, and it could be because I haven't played them for so long.
Okay. Yeah, well, I understand that because I feel like there's like certain games like not just like games that are made for girls, um, but like there are other games out there that kind of seem like condescending to their
Yes.
audience.
Yes.
And I do agree. I think like like I think companies like yes and no that they do them well. Yes, because the game functions and it got a girl's interest into playing like going on a computer and playing a game because um at least back in the day was that it was considered an untapped market and they wanted to get more girls to go play like go on a computer and play. So
Yeah.
yeah, but that's
Back in the olden days
yeah
for you youngsters.
back ye old when I was like 5. But no, but that's as much as I'm gonna give them. Like,
Yeah.
yes, they did but no, because it's, going on to like a lot of like stereotypes of,
Yeah.
cause yeah, typically girls like are into fashion and makeup and blah 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 blah, and they play
Animals.
that up a lot. But like back then, I really wasn't into like dressing up and makeup. Like that wasn't until like maybe much later, like more high school, because
I like dressing up, but I didn't like makeup. Makeup was stupid in my opinion, and it still is.
Um, Well, for me, I do like makeup. Like not too much though. For me, just because I'm too lazy to do the intricate stuff. But dressing up and stuff for me, it was kind of I don't know. For me, I wanted to go outside a lot more. Uh,
Yeah.
and so I did that. You know.
Well, you were more encouraged back then to go outside more often, and now.
Well, yeah, because we were back in the day, or back in the day, um, I, my mom had to deal with me and my older sister, and we lived in an apartment, so she wanted us to get the hell out, so we don't drive her crazy, which is
Fair.
understandable because my dad's not home all day, or is not home most of the day, and my mom just had two really hyper kids, and she's just like, just go outside,
Go play.
go play, and she's like, okay. But yeah, so that's kind of like so yeah, those kind of games never or like I don't want to say never, but they didn't really interest me. I had the only time I would really play something like that was if if it had something that I already liked, like the American Girls. Like that was the only reason I even played that game, or the American Girls premiere was because I was familiar with uh the
Molly.
company with Molly and Samantha. My older sister has Samantha. But yeah, I was
That's the only doll I never got. I'm so angry. Sorry.
it's okay, but yeah, those are I was familiar with them, and my dad bought it from Costco, if I remember correctly.
Are you serious?
I think so. I think that's where we got it from. I don't know. My dad bought a lot of stuff for like books and stuff from Costco. But yeah, we well, back then it was called Price Club. Oh man, I'm
Oh
old.
gosh.
I just saying that, I'm just like, oh god, I am old. But yeah, so yeah, that was the only time I really played those games, and other than that, it was just it's either Jazz Jackrabbit, this mathematics education game. Like, I'm trying to remember. I think it was called in addition to Math Blasters, it was also like Money Town, which Brutal News did an episode of that.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing.
I will link that below too if you guys don't know what we're talking about. But yeah, basically, um, yeah, those were mainly the types of games I played, and I think,
I play a lot of Disney.
yeah, like, so I don't know if it was because my dad was being, or like my parents were being cheap and they were trying to get a house, or uh, he wanted to encourage more like math and science to his daughters. So, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like I said, me if it was if like the other games were like kind of were more open to like other stuff, like yeah, they could still like make it girly, but like not just do, you know, dress up or like whatever. If you get what I mean, like
Yeah.
it probably I would probably say, oh, they did them well, but no, like they kept pushing, or like the whole, oh, girls only like dress up, or oh, girls only want to date boys, or blah blah, or they're boy crazy. It's just like, oh, okay. So yeah, uh,
Yeah.
oh god, sorry, I went to rant about that, but yeah, yeah. So, did you want to add anything to the topic at all?
Uh, I think I got all my points across. Like there's a like I said, my main thing was there's a difference between made for girls and aimed for girls.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like I said, it felt condescending sometimes. I forget the games. I'll have to do some soul searching to remember, but
You sh-
uh,
I was gonna say you should stream it. Like stream
yeah,
it.
that's kind of what I want to do. I'm actually was looking at Barbie games on Amazon because that's where I found the Genie game. I'm like, okay, now I kind of want to get the games I used to play.
Hey, check to see if it's on Steam or just like a way to download it or something.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna double check. I definitely know it's not on Steam. I'm surprised Steam even has like the humongous entertainment games.
Mm.
But I'm gonna keep an eye out. If anyone knows, definitely email
Oh,
us and let us know so that
take a look.
I could take a look and see if I can get it working.
Okay.
Because
Oh.
I am definitely planning to do more Nancy Drew in the future.
Mhm.
So look out for that, guys.
Oh man, I just looked at the link you sent me about the Barbie genie bottle, and I'm just like, oh, now I remember it. And just like looking at the item and looking at like how you plug it in, because like we're familiar with plugging like our PC like components, or not
Yeah,
components, but our mouse and stuff with a USB. I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh god, that uh that it definitely shows how old this game is. Just like, oh man, is it? I'm trying to remember what the name of the plug of that particular plug is.
I call it the pointy one because
The pointy one.
it was spiky at one side.
Yeah, like, I was just like, dang,
I
okay.
don't know the technical term for it.
I believe it's a VGA. Uh,
That sounds right.
yeah, VGA. Because I thought it might have
Yes.
been something else, but I was like, nah, this is what old computers or old computer monitors or old, or not old, but like basically it was more common to see it in computer monitors, especially like ones that older, because I think now they're converting more into like
HDMI.
HDMI, like with the newer ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so uh was it okay? Yeah, I don't have obviously I don't have anything else to add to this topic either. Just like like I said, we'll link some of the gameplay to other channels below in the description, and I recommend our listeners check it out,
Yeah.
especially if they don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Especially when it comes to the money. No, I always
Money
laugh at Brutal Moose's Money. What's
Town,
that game called? Yeah,
money.
Money Town.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's one of my favorites.
Okay. So Q&As.
Yes, Q&As.
Okay, so we are doing this, and basic, or the first couple questions are going to be this or that, and then we have uh one question that you actually wrote.
Yeah, because I'm like, this actually kind of fits into what you put as questions.
Yeah.
And then if we have time, I have another one from acrylic because we still have a few that we haven't gone through, and one from I don't know how to pronounce her name. Is it Lady Kaiserin?
Yeah. Yeah. That,
Yeah,
yeah. That's how you pronounce it. Unless we are wrong, please
please
let us
tell us.
please let us know.
Please tell us, guys. Um,
Okay, so this or that. Documentaries or reality TV?
Documentaries. I think reality TV is trashy.
Yeah, although I pick documentaries, but like I'm gonna admit some documentaries are starting to become like reality TV,
Oh
which
yeah.
which makes which I'm like, oh no. But
Oh no.
I don't know. I know who was it? I think it was Pat, or no. I think it was, or
I think it was Jaden. She talked about documentaries a few times.
I don't think I've seen Jaden talk about it, but there's this dude that I watch. He's been doing more commentary recently. Quentin Reviews,
Oh,
and
okay.
he does he has I'll link you guys to his playlist, but he talks like about documentaries and like the history of the History Channel, and I think it's actually fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Though like how like his points and like how some documentaries are like slowly becoming like reality TV. And yeah, so yeah, I pick documentaries, but
Now it might become neither.
yeah, horror, or I kind of changed it up because I think I originally wrote like horror or
Suspense.
so yeah, like, well, or originally it was like horror or like adventure or something like that, but yeah, I changed it to horror or suspense. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, which one would you pick?
Suspense. I don't even like suspense. It makes me anxious, like super anxious. But
Yeah,
if I had to pick between the two, I would rather watch a suspense movie than a horror fic.
yeah, I would also pick suspense because I can't do horror. My
I have an
husband,
overactive imagination.
my husband will tell you I don't do horror. Oh Lord. Okay, romance or young adult novels?
Young adult novels, because romance novels are normally very trashy. That
I,
is the word of the day, trashy.
I actually would pick romance novels because
Really?
I know they're trashy and I read them for the hilarity of like the euphemisms.
Okay, but young adult can fall into fantasy for me, and I like fun. I like the fantasy.
Which is fair. Like I do like young adult novels, certain ones, but
Yeah.
like for me, if I had to pick one or the other, I would pick romance just because I will giggle a lot. Because my maturity level is like, huh, uh, anyway,
Of a
so
13-year-old.
yes. Okay, so your question that you asked is, what is your guilty pleasure media? And
Like, let me give you an example. For me, it's sports animes and Food Wars,
mhm,
as well as any remake of or retelling of fairy tale.
mhm. Let's see. Guilty pleasure media. Huh. I want to
Because I know
say,
sports animes are bad. That's the reason why that's my pleasure, but I like them.
well, obviously trashy novels.
Yes.
Trashy romances novels is one of them. But man, that's kind of hard because cause like was it? I don't know. I just find most of the stuff I tend to watch or like isn't really a guilty pleasure. It's just like something I like. With the exception of trashy romance novels, that's just like something I kind of like hid for the most part. I guess like, oh man, freaking uh binging like a lot of cooking shows, especially with stuff that I know I shouldn't eat and I know is gonna make me hungry. Yeah, it's like I'm purposely torturing myself.
Good job.
Yeah. Okay, what are the other questions you have? Because we have time. We have time.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay. So one is from Acrylic, which is what is your pick up and go game? The game you could play out of the blue and lose yourself in.
Let's see. Animal Crossing, obviously. Don't look at
Yeah.
and Stardew Valley. But the moment I start playing, I'll be an entire season in, and I would have lost a couple hours. And yeah, that's why I kind of like had to put a timer on myself, like with those kind of games, because it's just like, no, if I don't, I'm gonna like stop playing for a while, and then yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Any Harvest Moon game, I always get myself lost in those games, and I spend a ridiculous amount of time in them.
Mm-hmm.
And Stardew Valley,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Man, he did the game pretty well,
Yeah.
and uh, I can't wait till the next update because I think he's planning to do more updates with the game. I'm not sure. Yeah,
It sounds like he is.
yeah. Okay. And what is the last question?
This is from Lady Kaiserin.
Uh huh.
Bleh. And she asks, which is kind of similar to what Acrylic asked, but in a different way. What's the game do you feel like you spent too much time on to the point someone might consider you have an addiction?
So when I was unemployed, like a long time ago, not currently. It was Sims 3. Like I was surprised my HP computer at the time could handle it. But yeah, I played it so much because like everything else was pretty freaking miserable, and I was just like, uh, and for me, like all I have to do is like do a bunch of cheats and have my sim live out its crazy life. But yeah, so for the I would say that. or
uh,
what about you?
I'm trying to think. Maybe Minecraft. There was a time I spent a lot of time on Minecraft.
Like for Minecraft, I would have thought the same thing, but like I think just because like when I initially play it, like because I would struggle with the camera for a little bit because um I would end up making myself motion sick. So
Oh,
yeah, that's why I don't. uh, I tend to or I never really got super addicted to it or anything, but I can see why it could be addicting.
yeah. Dude, I spent so many hours on Minecraft. It's ridiculous. I blame my brother. He introduced me to the game.
Aw, we should play Minecraft though again.
Yes,
Like
we should.
do a group thing. Except I won't host it this time because that failed. The last time I tried hosting it, just because.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. We should get, well, we still have the Co's world, but I kind of want to start a new world.
Okay. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah,
Cause
we'll figure something out.
yeah. All right. Yeah.
Do we have time for one more? Because I have a quick one.
Okay. Yeah, we could do one more.
Again, from Lady Kaiserin. I'm gonna keep hesitating every time I say her name, apparently. Favorite flavor of chips?
Oh God. I want to say, what?
I was gonna say salt and vinegar is something that I like, but I like regular plain potato chips. I'm just basic that way.
Uh, let's see, barbecue and plain, cause I guess I'm basic.
Yeah. Or is it dill pickle, which I have never tried. I'm kind of curious, but I don't want to buy a whole bag just to not like.
I'm kind of curious too, but I'm not really into pickles. I don't know.
I like pickles. I love pickles. I ask for extra pickles on my burgers all the time.
Too bad we don't live close, or I would just buy the bag of the dill pickle chips, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Here, you can have the rest after we
I
try
tried them.
it." Yeah.
And
So
then if we don't like it, I guess I could just throw it at my brother and be like, "Here,
yeah.
you eat anything."
Okay. So let's close off the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. If hopefully, was it? I think we're like on a more regular schedule now. Like,
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Unless you start work again, we need to reduce it. But for right now, we're on very regular schedule.
yeah. Well, I mean, even if I went back to work, it would just be Monday through Friday, which
Yeah, that's perfect.
which, by the way, that's July. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully I'll. But yeah, hopefully we have a regular schedule that we could announce. We won't really know for sure till like maybe a couple more episodes in.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to be on the safe side, let's not
Yeah.
guarantee anything until we're sure this is
Yeah.
going. I'm good to keep up with this.
Yeah. So yeah, if you wanna like get alerted or when new episodes come out, follow, go ahead and subscribe and ring the little bell, I guess. Like
Yeah, ring
yeah.
them bells.
And also check us out on our social medias. We're on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, yada yada yada. If that will be
Yep.
linked in the description below. And if you want to suggest other topics, please like comment or shoot us an email at geekychickies@gmail.com.
Yes, either
And
one works.
yes, and do you want to introduce what our next topic is?
Yes, I do. I'm only excited about this because I was like, I am addicted to this game. It's so fun. We're gonna be talking about not safe for work. Well, we say games, but I think we're gonna also do just media in general.
I feel like, well, we'll see, because I feel like with
Yeah, we'll
games,
see how it goes.
yeah, I feel like not safe for work in general is just like several different topics. So
Yeah,
like
that's true.
we're probably
Let's
gonna
we'll focus on games. Let's focus on games.
yeah, because I could talk about a lot of stuff, but yeah. uh,
Graphic novels.
but yeah, we'll be talking about like not safe for work games and like in our general with our experience with them and yeah, like hopefully you guys hopefully you guys can listen in on that and hopefully it doesn't get too weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you, if I remember correctly, you put some like very innocent questions for the Q&A, or have you not done that yet?
I don't think I've done it yet because I was running out of steam. Like and I didn't want to put too many. Oh no, I did, but it was just placeholders
Oh, okay.
because you know that could because like in general I write these dockets ahead of time.
Yeah.
And I
She
just
took over and she's doing better than I am.
but for Q&As, I tend to put stuff in and then kind of wait to see if we get questions. So,
Yeah.
obviously, and they're not, unless I could think of something that's like has to do with the next topic or the topic we were previously talking about, then I will, I would keep them. But in general, it's just placeholder. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And a lot of times I just roll with it because it's like, oh, it kind of matches to some of the questions we received. So
Yeah.
we'll roll with it.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, hopefully you guys will tune in into our next episode. Like I said, I hope it doesn't get too weird. And if
We'll
it,
try not to make it weird, but I can't guarantee
well,
anything.
I really should say weird. It's more like I hope we're not. I'm at least not too immature about it.
It's not that maturity of a 13-year-old sometimes.
Yes.
Not
Anyway,
even denying it.
anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.